Hey guys, Tony back again, Horror in Todge. How are we all doing? It's a Sunday evening here in the UK. Just thought I'd do a video today. I haven't done one for a few weeks about what I've watched this week basically. So I haven't watched that many films to say we've been in quarantine. But you know, I've been going through YouTube and stuff, all that sort of stuff. But I've got 4 films over here that I've watched, what I'll go through here. Do a bit of a review and tell you what there was like. So the first one I've got, I've been meaning to do this for a bit, is Michael Mann's 1984 cult classic, The Keep. Now this one's quite hard to get on DVD. It's been on like VHS because Michael Mann hasn't sort of sanctioned anything, but these guys in Australia picked this up. And it's a DVD copy. It hasn't been out too long, but it's a really good copy. It's almost Blu-ray standard. It's really good, to be fair, for a DVD. So it gets the film shot how it's meant to be. It looks nice. And yeah, I'll just tell you a bit about it, guys. This is a 1984 film, so it's the same age as me, 36 years old. But it doesn't feel like it's a 36-year-old film, if you know what I mean. It's got an eerie sort of vibe to it, and basically just tells a story of like a platoon of Nazi soldiers sort of congregate on this Romanian town, and basically they're wanting to stay there for a bit, sort of when the World War's on, sort of protect themselves from the Palestinians and stuff they're saying. And the villagers say okay, and they can stop in this keep. And it's just like a big old sort of stone fortress, nothing special. But in there's some creepy stuff going off, like a few of the guards try and rip some like silver crosses off the walls, and sort of this old guy who's sort of been looking after the keep for years says, you know, if you upset anything here, you're in trouble, sort of thing. And basically it's just about this like a demon character going around, and he starts to kill some of the German soldiers off. And then the Nazis send this other like evil guy in, who's played by Gabriel Byrne, a young Gabriel Byrne obviously. He's sort of real sadistic Nazi, killing like some of the villagers, saying, you know, he thinks they've done it sort of thing, but he hasn't. It's this evil entity. And yeah, it's got performances, an appearance by Sarah McKellen, who I just can't get out of my head as Gandalf every time I see him, but he's acts well in this, very good acting. Gabriel Byrne's character's very good acting. Can't remember the other guy's name, isn't it? It's all good acting. It's quite a slow burn. Why Michael Mann didn't want to bring this to Blu-ray is because I think Paramount or something wouldn't sort of sanction the 3.5 hour cut of the movie. So this is like 136 minutes runtime. But I would have liked to saw the 3.5 hour cut, because it feels a bit rushed, this one. It feels like stuff's missing. But yeah, you got this sort of other character who comes as well, who's like a bit of a god type character. It's all a bit dreamlike and surreal, you know. Michael Mann's very good visionary director, if you know what I mean. It feels very much ahead of its time. And the monster's really cool in this. I really liked him. He sort of forms from a mist to a sort of gradual sort of being. Every time he kills he gets stronger, and he's like a big sort of, you know. But I'm not going to tell you too much, but it's quite a cool movie. I really enjoyed it anyway for what it was. Quite slow, some people might not like it, but that's Michael Mann's The Keep. It's the first one, guys. I don't want to go too much into it. The next one I watched was this one, The Soka Sisters, 2019 Rabid. So David Cronenberg remake of similar sort of tale to Cronenberg's, but Cronenberg's is amazing. But this is a decent film, guys, with some very decent acting, I thought, and some very good visuals and some very good gore. Basically tells a tale of a girl who's sort of a fashion designer, and she has this motorbike accident and ends up getting very disfigured, and she goes to this hospital, and this surgeon says, we can treat that, no problem. I've got this special, you know, this special technology that will take that away. She wakes up, all her face is fine because it was all smashed to pieces and all her face was out. So anyway, everything's going fine. Then she starts to just like black out and stuff starts to happen. You know, people start turning into zombies and stuff. So yeah, and it's just like this stuff popping out the girl's like tentacles popping out of her armpit. It's just really weird, quite a weird one. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was, you know, it was okay, nothing spectacular. The bit I enjoyed the most, like near the end, there's the doctor who sort of prescribed her this, you know, medicine and surgery, and he's got like a laboratory, and he's got like his wife in there, and she's like, he's give her this sort of treatment, and she had cancer, and all the cancer like mass has just grown into the wall all over. It's a bit like something out of Silent Hill, so she's just like a woman in this big mass. It's great visuals, that bit. I really love that bit. But yeah, nothing, not a patch on Cronenberg's original, but a decent enough watch, guys. So that's Rabid. The next one I watched was I think you pronounce this, what's the director's name? David Yakovsky's Brightburn. You can see that, guys, is a steel book, sorry, so if you can't. So basically, Brightburn, it's basically a take on Superman, and he, you've got this kid at the start, and this man and woman have got this big sort of farm in America, working his farm, and she can't have babies. Next minute something comes out of the sky like Superman, bang, hits in the ground like a comet. Anyways, little baby in there, they take him in, it rolls on to like 12 years later, so he's about 12 or something, 12 or 13, I can't remember, and shows you him in school and stuff, and he's starting to get this like urge to, like, you know, he can start to move stuff, and he starts to put his hand in like mechanical stuff, like, I don't know, rotavators and lawnmowers and stuff, and he's breaking them with his hands, and he's thinking, you know, and he's being picked on a bit at school, and then he just starts to get this power where he can fly, and it's, for a superhero movie, it's definitely got a really horror aspect. It's like really good gore in this. I've got this German steelbook because the English version, when it come out, took a bit of the gore away to make it a 15 instead of an 18, because it was an 18 at the cinema. But this is a German steelbook which is uncut, which is cool. Real good steelbook as well. And a lot of people had told me they didn't like it, but I really enjoyed this one. Not a very good, strong story. You couldn't really think about, you know, the story too much. If you thought about it, you think, how the hell's that happen? You know, there's a lot of plot holes. But just as a horror film, I thought it was really cool. Like, he's turning up at people's houses, he's killing people, he's this young guy is sort of tipping cars over, and it gets quite brutal towards the end. And like I say, some of the gore in this is fantastic. So, brilliant film from 2019. I really enjoyed it. Brightburn, a really different horror film, a different take on Superman. My last film I watched, guys, was, let me grab it, another 2019 film, and it's directed by a guy called Lee Cronin, and it's The Hole in the Ground. So this is an A24 film, another sort of art house type film. Really slow burn again. I enjoyed it. Not the greatest movie in the world, as all these haven't been really, but nothing groundbreaking, but quite a spooky story. Tells the tale of a woman and a son living in a big sort of remote country house, and the son disappears one night into the woods at the back, comes back, and the mum's a bit suspicious that it is her son, but there's just something not right with him, and it's sort of really creepy, some eerie sort of, it's a very dark movie. The visuals are absolutely fantastic in this, cinematography, some of the shots of the forest and stuff like that. The driving scenes, it's a bit Midsummer-esque, where, you know, some of the driving overhead into the forest and stuff. It's lovely, beautifully shot. Some great lighting in this, you know, dark and really eerie. And yeah, she just suspects that there's not something not quite right with her son. And you think, you know, is the woman going mad, or is it really happening? Had a bit of the Babadook feel about it, if you know what I mean, with a sort of single parent and a son, and her sort of losing her mind, or is she or isn't she, that sort of thing. But some great stuff in this. The young child starts to eat beetles and stuff. It's just some really weird stuff, and the next door neighbour is really weird as well. So yeah, check that one out, guys. So 4 films this week what I've watched, what I just thought I'd show off. So I'll go for them again, guys. Michael Mann's The Keep, which was cool. Rabid, which is good. Brightburn, and The Hole in the Ground. So that was my 4 films I watched this week, guys. Tell me if you've seen any of those and what you thought of them. I know not everyone is gonna like this sort of stuff, because some of these films I've spoke to people about and they haven't enjoyed. But I quite enjoy all horror, you know what I'm like. But really enjoyed those ones this week. Yeah, tell me what you think of them. Tell me what you think of these videos if you want to see more of what I've watched, guys. I know I like watching this sort of stuff so I can pick up, you know, ideas of what to watch. Just a bit of different, you know. But yeah, got another competition I'll be coming up soon, so I've got some stuff for it. Another one to get you all involved in. Got some stuff coming in next week that I'll be doing a video for again, like you always do. So yeah, hope everyone's keeping safe in quarantine and stuff, and hope your family's well and you're all, you know, fighting fit and stuff in this horrible time at the minute. So yeah, I've been Tony, guys. I'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot for watching.